I've got none other than Kayikunmi here with me. How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro.
Yeah,
you pronounced my name for the first time.
I did it correctly, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir.
Good. That's what it's all about. So first off, right? How bad was the traffic getting here on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being very bad, 10 being very good.
1 very bad. It's been a while I've been in traffic, I can't lie.
Yeah.
So yeah, but also finding my way here was also a problem.
Yeah.
I missed my way, I'm not gonna lie.
It's fine.
I missed my way, but yeah, it is what it is.
So how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, I'm chilled.
Yeah.
Media runs back to back, but aside from that, you know, life has been good.
Life has been good, right?
Yes, sir.
We want to hear that. So if you could describe exactly how life is, right? I don't like using life. Let's not make the conversation sound too serious.
Yeah.
But if you could describe exactly what your life is, in 1 sentence or in like 3 sentences, before the house, and after the house, how would you say?
It's been amazing, fulfilling. To be honest, I'm blessed. Something you always watch on TV. You're going there and you're seeing yourself. You're in there. Like, it's crazy. I'm blessed. I'm happy. Because not everybody is given the opportunity. Out of millions of Nigeria, I was given an opportunity. To go on your screens. But I'm just really grateful, and I can't wait to maximize the opportunity I have right now.
Yeah. So now, when you knew that you were going to be going into the house, or you made it into the BBN house, you knew that definitely your life was going to change forever. Or your life is going to change forever, right? But you don't know exactly what aspect of your life in particular. You don't know exactly how it's going to change. You just know it's going to change.
Yes.
So now that you've been out of the house, what is that one thing that has surprised you about yourself so far?
I'm popular.
Of course.
Big Brother is a big platform. Is the biggest platform in West Africa. In Africa in general. So I knew that it's gonna there's gonna be a certain limelight you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And especially if you've done crazy things on the show.
Yeah.
People just know you for some things, and everywhere you go, people are always just pointing you out. Before the house, I could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Go to the studio, go to the restaurants, just walk on the streets if I feel like. But now you have to be conscious, some people say they know you.
They mob you, that kind of thing.
Yeah, not even the mobbing thing. Like today now, I went to the supermarket. I went to get something, and somebody was like, a few people were passing. They were like, "Is that not Kayikunmi? Is that not Kayikunmi?" I was like, "I'm mad,"
You can see it for yourself.
Exactly. So obviously, I also know branding. It's an opportunity to also take my life. Turn it around. Take it to the next level when it comes to my personal brand, when it comes to entertainment as a whole. There's just so much opportunity now that I've been on the show, and now that I'm out, most definitely.
So how big was fashion before you got into the house for you, your fashion brand and everything? How big was it, and how big is it now compared to when you've left the house?
Fashion is something that I've always loved. I always like to dress up. Before I now started creating my own brand.
Yeah.
Last year in November I started 99 Culture. I was playing around with the name, and then 99 came about because of the year I was born. And then the culture, I try to personalize it, the K. So instead of C, the normal spelling of culture, I made it K because my name is Kayikunmi.
Yeah.
I'm a twin, Kehinde. Okay. So I have many K's in my name. Future King.
Okay.
I just started that K and just, and then it made sense, 99 Culture. I just started saying it repetitively, 99 Culture. And then, the brand came alive, streetwear brand most definitely.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to include women into the brand because I've just been focusing on my, on the men. So now that I'm out of the house, I want to do women clothing because 99 Culture is a brand, not just a brand, it's a movement.
Yeah.
We're trying to take the streetwear into a different level, So I'm ready for partnership, collaboration when it comes to the brand, the 99 Culture as a whole. Modeling too. I model for my brand because before I went to the house, before you get a model, it's crazy, expensive and all. Aside from that, I have the body of a model. People saw I did during the runway show in the house now.
Yeah,
I have to deliver most definitely. So I model. I don't also just want to model for my own brand.
Yeah,
I want to model for other fashion brands. Big brands in Lagos most definitely. So I'm really that's fashion for me. And now that I'm outside of the house, like I said, women clothing, male clothing. I'm taking it to the next level. So fashion is very, very, very important for me. It's something I always take my time. If I'm trying to dress up, I take my time in dressing up. If I'm trying to, combine clothes together, I'm very, very just, particular about the way I look, about the way I combine clothes, styling, everything about clothing. I love it so much.
I like the fact that you said that you're very particular, and you seem to me like a very intentional guy about your brand and basically your life in general. Yeah. So I'm thinking, right, a very intentional guy like yourself had plans before he got into the house.
Yeah.
I don't like using the word strategy because you guys use that word a lot. Yeah. BBN Naija contest, and this is not my strategy. I don't want to do this kind of thing. But that is the word at the end of the day, strategy.
Yeah. Plans.
Yeah. Do you feel like your short time in the house, you stuck to your plan and your strategy the way you wanted to?
I wanted to implement my plan, my strategy. Initially, I got into the house, but I didn't. I started implementing it late on the show. I'm a very mischievous person.
Yeah.
And the whole bread thing was crazy.
Well, get in there.
So those are things that I could have started doing from the beginning of the show, because I like to cause problem wherever I'm at.
Yeah.
Even if I'm a very true person, nobody's ever gonna believe that this calm guy is the one causing the problem.
Yeah.
So I'm that kind of person, someone that you never suspect. So I wanted to go there to cause chaos. I wanted to go there to just disturb the house, be the loudest person in the house. But there were so many people louder than me in the house,
agree,
like the Woo Boy, Immense, and so I knew that I could not be loud also.
Yeah.
So my own way was just to move things, disappear.
Yeah.
Just stay around people, not them never ever suspecting that I was gonna move the things that I moved.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely. I like to disturb for real. So I didn't implement that, like I said earlier. So if I had the time to just stay in the house on this week for cause like serious problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even if I know what the answer is, right? It's good that we always hear it from you.
Yeah.
Did you genuinely take K-Bobo's bread?
Yeah, no, okay. Did I know it was K-Bobo's bread?
Did you know it was K-Bobo's bread intentionally? That it was K-Bobo's bread?
The irony is I actually even know it was K-Bobo's bread.
Because from the way Thelma accused you, it kind of looked like you knew that it was K-Bobo's bread and you wanted to cause issue for K-Bobo himself because of bread. But talk to us about that real quick.
I didn't know it was K-Bobo's bread for real. I just went to the kitchen and I'm like, I've been sleeping, I've been snoozing, I just did background, don't really do my strategy. So I just said, no, today's the day I'm going to start causing problems.
In this house?
Yeah, in this house. You get everybody don't really shine. I'll just look them out, they observe everybody. So going in there, I saw the bread. I went into the kitchen, I was first observing, what can I move, what can I do in this kitchen, And then I saw one nice bread in the oven, with fish pie. I feel like it's that fish pie go that caused the problem. No, it's even the fish pie that caused the problem, because K-Bobody even was caring about the bread. It's that fish pie.
Yeah.
You understand? So the bread and the fish pie was together, and then I just moved it and I took it upstairs.
Yeah.
So next minute I'm just hearing, who took my bread? Who took my bread? I was like, that came from bread. And apparently it fitted. I'm happy it was even the person's bread I took.
Yeah.
Because it fitted because it was some other people, they might not even shout. It was them, my bread is stole. I might not even make noise. I would just lock up, say okay, they move on. But someone like Kibobo, it was the right person, because the guy scattered the house. And then they suspected the wrong person. Mensan too, is a very loud person. I was just if I go and confess that it was that everywhere goes spoil. So I just dropped the bread where I dropped the bread, and then they found the bread, but they didn't know who dropped the bread. No face, no case.
Do you feel like Thelma really stressed the whole thing? She wasn't supposed to take it really that serious?
Yeah.
Or do you feel it was just too extra? Because some things on people on social media were okay, Thelma, what's going on?
Calm down. Do you understand? Do you get? I feel like Thelma took it too personal.
It's not your bread now.
You get, it's not your bread. Why are you dipping? And the thing is that the irony is that she even saw me when I was taking the bread upstairs.
Yeah.
So after how many days, it's just now you're just casting and saying it's me that took the bread because I insulted you. Every time you always insulted me, but because people are always around telling me to calm down.
Yeah.
And then I always just calm down. I never insult you back because I respect you. I would not like to insult a woman. I'm not that type of person, so I've always been respecting you. I just be looking at you like you insult me.
Yeah.
But because I insulted you for the first time, you know, you went to go and cast me that I stole the bread. Well, yeah, I took the bread. I owned it in my chest.
You didn't feel embarrassed?
Why am I embarrassed about it? I did it in my chest. I didn't steal the bread to eat the bread or eat the fish pie.
Yeah.
You know, I was gonna return the bread, but I'll not return it like okay, this is your bread.
Is the bread, yeah.
But you find the bread at the end of the day, you know, and they found the bread at the end of the day. So I feel like she was not like she took it too personal. You know,
she had to calm down just a little bit, right?
Like she be chilling down, calming down.
Okay, so now speaking about Thelma, right?
Yeah.
You might not see. I think you might have an idea of the kind of things that people have been saying on social media when you were still in the house. You might have an idea. You might not have the full scope, but there was a triangle thing that people were talking about.
Triangle between Ooh and Ooh.
There was Isabella in the mix.
Yeah.
There was your name in the mix.
Yeah.
Do you? If there is going to be a triangle between you and Isabella, whose name do you think people would call?
Midi, probably.
Midi, right?
Yeah. I never saw. I heard it once. But I never dipped that Thelma was part of the mix.
Yeah.
If she's part of the mix, it's crazy because she never showed any
interest.
Like, yeah. Because every time like you're trying to insult me, always, you know, using Isabella to insult me. Like she never had anything to say about me.
But you know what? Well, I think that people say that when Ibe really likes you, like it's more like there might be some tad bit of aggression, especially when it looks like you're involved with someone else.
That's a crazy type of aggression. Then, like,
yeah,
what? Like, what? I didn't even see any hint or anything, but all I just saw was genuine, like, friendship. That's what I was just dipping it as. Like, she was just always trying to look out for me.
Yeah.
You know, in as much as you're always trying to look out for me, you always gossiped about me behind my back.
Yeah.
You know, you always try to insult me. You always try to, you know, bring me down. You know. So I don't think I clocked it. Like she was feeling me in any way or form.
Yeah, I get that. But do you feel like she was just like that with every other person, not just you?
Yeah, most definitely. I clocked it at the end of the day because like she would insult any other person. Like, but my own concern is like she always never had anything to say about me. She always just used to insult me based on I am involved with Isabella. So she would just be insulting me and be saying like, whatever Isabella, like bro, insults me to my face and say something about me, like, but nothing, you know. So, but other people should be insulting them and be trying to pull them down and say nasty things to them, like they're dumb, they're this, they're that, you know. But like I said, nothing, you know. I didn't hear anything that. Yeah.
So now that you can see things from a bird's eye view, right, and you know exactly what it is right now. If there was one thing, if you had the opportunity to go back in the house, just go back in the house again and relive your life as a BB Naija contestant, what would be that thing that you did already that you would not try again if you had the chance to do it again? Like, you know, go even think again, you will not try it.
Just sitting down and letting people just, you know, ride on me. You know, to be honest, because I'm not that type of person normally. I went inside there to not just play a game, to also learn and be a different person. I feel like if I was angry at every little thing that people did to me, if I had responded, that place would have been chaotic. I feel like that was, now that I've left the house, I feel like that's like the essential thing of the house. You need to cause problem. You need to be, you know, that place needs to be chaotic.
Because if you said chaos was part of your strategy, why would you avoid chaos?
Like, do you get, like, I just mellowed. I was just like very calm, you know, and I'm like, you know, I feel bad about it, to be honest. You know, that's why I insulted Thelma at the time, like when she was, you know, before she said I stole the bread. You know, I'm that type of person, but I just didn't want to show that part of me. You know, I can cause chaos without insulting somebody. You know what I mean? So now that I'm out of the house and I'm, you know, if I'm given an opportunity to go back, I don't even care about any other person's feelings, for real, because I was always caring about people's feelings. I will insult you. You know, I'll just be myself. You know, and something about me is I'm a real person. You know, I don't go there to form. I don't go there to try and play the game like, you know, like an aeroplane. You know what I mean? It will first go on the floor before it goes into the sky. You know, it takes its time before it takes off. So yeah, that's the kind of person that I am. You know, I'll observe before I start showing my real character. You know, and viewers started seeing that late. They started saying, well, my capabilities, unfortunately. Which is what it is.
Well, it is. I love the fact that you said it is what it is. And speaking of the viewers, when you saw the votes, I think it was like 1.2% of the votes of the entire votes for that week, right? Were you surprised that it was that low? Be honest.
Yeah, I was actually surprised, you know, and also the previous week, you know, I was not up for eviction the previous week. You know, I got immunity. So I certainly will understand why my vote was like that low. I clocked that most people's votes that were, low that week, that team saw, how low it was, and it doubled up. Yeah. But because I was like, up that following week, people that were low the previous week doubled up, and me that, first time being up, so I can understand why my vote was low. Yeah.
All right. Big shout out to you. In case you just tuned in, we're locked in with ex-BB Naija contestant Kayikunmi right here from the BB Naija season 10. And yeah, it's going pretty well here. I said a few things already. And I know that there is something, when I mentioned, right, that we're going to be having you in the studio.
Yeah.
I had some people send messages, right? And if they were going to send messages, if they were going to say different things, what do you probably think would have been the number one thing that they would say? Like, ask Kayikunmi this question. It's Isabella.
Yeah, I feel I can clock it. Like, that's what everybody will be.
That's what they want to know.
To ask
so
me.
I know you've answered this question on different media platforms that you have been on so far.
Most definitely.
But is there genuine likeness, or she was just a strategy?
Just genuine feelings for Isabella. I like her. And before I got evicted, I had a conversation with her.
Yeah.
And I told her I would like to see how things go on the outside.
Yeah.
So I'm rooting for her from the outside, supporting her to the very last day.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So I'm just chilling for her to come outside so we can have a conversation.
You can have a conversation.
Yeah.
So when she comes outside and when you guys are having a conversation, what would be the most important question that you were going to ask that you probably didn't ask in the house?
I don't think I got an answer when I asked her out. Yeah,
you didn't get an answer when you asked her out.
Yeah, I didn't get an answer when I asked her out. So
yeah,
in as much as we were in the house, I just didn't ask her for a response. So now that I'm out of the house, I definitely will ask her like, where's her head at?
Can you bet everything that she feels the same way you feel about her?
At the time I was in the house, I believe she was locked in. So I hope that's still the case.
Now, are you going to be surprised if she moves on from you?
Definitely not. I'll not be surprised.
Do you expect it?
Do I expect it? I don't know. I'm indifferent. I've not really clocked it. I'm not dipped like that. I'll say I'll not just be surprised, for real. Like, I don't expect it. Nobody expects somebody to, to do such. But like, if it happens, it happens. Like I said, I would like to just have a conversation with her outside of the house.
Yeah.
So we'll know where things are at.
So while like you're still gonna be a fan of the show even after you've been out of the show,
most
right?
Definitely.
You're still gonna be watching, rooting for your friends, rooting for your guys.
Yeah.
Right. When is there? And so, are you saying there is nothing that can happen with Isabella in the house that will change your mind from having a conversation, or no matter what happens? Are you saying that no matter what happens, you're still gonna want to have a conversation with her, or it depends on a few things you see and like, you know what, I changed my mind, no more conversation?
Now that's a new one. I feel like regardless, I still want to have a conversation with her.
No matter what happens.
Yeah, no matter what happens, because when I left the house, there are so many things that a lot of them had to say to her. So regardless, I'd like to clear my name. Clear things up with her about a perspective of me, because some of them say I'm using her for strategy. Some of them, because before I left that same day, I was having a conversation with some people and they
misquoted you.
Not just misquoted me, they misunderstood what I was referring to.
Yeah.
When I said I want to change my car.
Yeah.
I literally meant the car I drive. Not, and the car they were referring to is woman,
the baby,
my babe. So a lot of them took that into a different context.
Yeah.
And so when I left the house, they told her that I said I would like to change her.
Yeah.
And that's not what I mean. Actually, I meant.
How did that make you feel when you saw that they were saying that?
I was not surprised, because in the house, there's always a different narrative. You see something, somebody else, turns it around. There are a lot of, false alarms. A lot of people just say things that nobody says. Either they turn it around, or they add their own, or they subtract. So I'm not surprised. It's a game, so everybody wants to play. Most of them are playing the game for real.
So may the best man win at the end of the day for whoever is playing the game. Yeah. Now, when you mentioned that everybody said, or a few people said some things to Isabella, right? which one is that one that really got to you and you're like, you know what, I must clear this, and if possible have a conversation with that person that said what I said, misunderstanding what I said or misquoting me? Which one really stuck out for you and like, you know, this person, I call BS on what you said?
Kola.
Yeah,
because Kola is a friend, and I've always been telling her, because when I really clocked it, like, Kola is the person that I believe is trying to play safe, trying to be everybody's friend.
Yeah.
So
you feel like they're not genuine, right?
I don't know if you really like would like somebody, or you claim you're somebody's friend, and then you say things, something negative about the person behind the person's back.
Yeah.
Or you're not supporting the person's, you know, relationship or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'll say Kola, because Kola and I had a conversation. He came to ask me directly, not like I went to meet him. He came to ask me, and he asked me and said, do I like Isabella, or am I using her for a strategy?
Yeah.
And I told him I like her. You know,
So
now I'm coming out of the house, I'm hearing he went to tell her that.
Yeah,
I was like, bro,
that's...
like, you asked me a question, and then I'm telling you, you know, this, and then I was saying something else.
So if you could say one thing to Kola, knowing fully well that there's a possibility that he's going to come out of the house and hear you say what you say, what are you going to say to Kola right now?
I'm going to I can't swear on this. Sure,
you can say everything but not swear.
Yeah.
You would say to him.
I'll just tell him that he's not man enough. You know what I mean? Like, I would tell him that he says so many BS. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and he's not a good friend to her. You know, because if you really respect her feelings, if you really respect her as a person,
yeah,
even if like, regardless, like, now that I left the house, it's the time for her to even feel like loved, like, like, come and be with her as a friend. Not like you're still making her feel some type of way.
Yeah,
you know, so,
I feel you.
Yeah, I just don't want to say all this. I want to say it to his face, you know, not to the radio.
No, okay, it's fine. But I think I have an idea what you're going to say to his face. Now, one of the final questions I'm going to ask you is, if you're cool with everybody in the house, right?
Yeah,
no bad blood. You don't carry anybody for mind like that. But who are you most likely, not because you hate them, but who are you most likely going to avoid when everybody comes out of the house? And you have your reasons for doing so.
To avoid, I would try to avoid Kola. You know what I mean? To be honest, I feel like a lot of people. Can I start mentioning names? Let me see if I can mention names. MEC, you know, because MEC is sticking to her script.
Yeah.
Regardless of what I'm trying to avoid, I'll also try to, you know, get to know the real person, because she's an actress every day. Today she's Indian, tomorrow she's like, you know, she's putting on the makeup. She's like, she doesn't know when to cut.
Yes.
You know, culture. It spreads so many false information. You know, you hear something and it alarms. It says it everywhere. You know, the town crier. So people like that just don't mind their business. They're always, you know, too eager to speak. You know, like, definitely I'm going to avoid a lot of people.
Culture.
Thelma.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know, Gigi. You know.
Why Gigi though?
I don't know. She's just part of the people that talk a lot.
You feel like it's a clique thing?
Yeah, I feel like it's a clique thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, a lot of people are just always talking, and I'm always seeing a part of the people talking, like, you know. So.
Do you feel like people are jealous of what you and Isabella have?
I feel
in the
like
house?
They just never wanted to believe that, you know, we were really, like, locked in. So one of them will always say, like, it's a strategy from me, or it's a strategy from my own end, like, we don't like each other. You know, so none of them, and especially because of how confident Isabella is and how outspoken she is, a lot of them don't like her. They're threatened by her. Yeah. You know, so they didn't like the fact that, you know, she was with somebody like me also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big shout out to you for coming, Kayikunmi, and hopefully we get to do this again on a grander scale. Real quick, before you share your social media handle, for anybody that can't find you, what do you have in store from now to the end of the year?
99 Culture, taking it to the next level. Like I said initially, I'm trying to add my women into the brand. Yeah. Streetwear brand. You know, it's a movement. I'm gonna go into modeling. I'm going to acting, talk shows. Yeah. I'm going to fitness. I'm going to sport analysis. You know, anything and everything possible, to put myself out there, most definitely.
You're well versed in sports.
Yeah.
What team do you support?
I support Chelsea.
Okay. Okay. We'll be enemies, but it's fine. It's all good. It's all good.
What team do you support?
Man U.
Nah.
But it's all good, man.
Yeah, I'm also a polo player, most definitely.
Okay.
So I love sports.
Yeah.
I love sports a lot. So. And I beat some of them in the house, table tennis, and I'm sure they want to come outside and revenge.
Maybe Kola is part of the people you beat.
Nah, he ain't on my level for real.
But big shout out to you. How can people follow you on social media real quick?
On Instagram, official Kayikunmi. On TikTok, Kayikunmi.
Yeah.
On Twitter, Kayikunmi. On Snapchat, Kumi.ajibade. You can also follow my Facebook too, official Kayikunmi.
All right.
Definitely.
Big shout out to you. I think your guy is saying something.
Yeah, big shout out to my twin brother that supported me, my father, my family.
Yeah.
Oluri, everybody, all the fans. Everybody who has supported me. I really appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Shout out to CTFM too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Big shout out to you, Kayikunmi, and we'll get to do this again sometime.
Okay. For people that don't know how to spell Kayikunmi on social media, it is Kayyikunmi, because I've been seeing a lot of spelling of Kayikunmi.
Yeah. And pronunciations.
And pronunciations, like it's crazy. A lot of people say the way you first said it, Kayikunmi.
Yeah. I'm like, no, that was a beep.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. Big shout out to you, my bro. We'll get to do this again sometime, right?
Most definitely. Thank you
very
very
much.
much.
Stick around.